The time when a lot of us struggle with our self-esteem the most is probably during the teenage years. Summer break for many students wasn't just about having fun. For some kids, it meant not having to face bullies. By the time our first guest was a freshman in high school, she weighed 310 pounds. When diets and exercise didn't work, her family turned to another method that isn't usually available to children. Since then, she's lost about half her weight. Here to tell us what she did, please welcome Megan Link and bariatric surgeon Dr. Dirk Rodriguez. Dr. Dirk, a few years ago, a study came out that said that this is the first generation that will not live as long as their parents. And the big reason why was obesity in our young people. Even so, that's clearly a health issue. Even so, a lot of us still can't get away from thinking this is more of an aesthetic issue or a self-discipline about food.
You know, you're absolutely right. The problem surrounding obesity is a lot of people think that it's a weight problem, and it's not. And what I tell all of my patients when they come in to see me in the office is trying to treat obesity with diets and diet pills and exercise videos is like me trying to treat a heart attack with voodoo. If you came into the emergency room with a heart attack and instead of taking you to the operating room, I showed up with statute scandals and chicken bones and started howling to the moon, it would be very entertaining but wouldn't do a darn thing for the heart attack, right?
Right.
And the same thing with obesity. And what folks don't understand is obesity is a real medical condition. You have 1,000 hormones and chemicals inside your body that are not allowing your body to work efficiently for you. So diets and food and exercise don't work.
Yeah. Megan, you struggled with weight for a long time. Did you go through all those, like, let's try a new diet, or let's try this, or taking you to the doctor to try to address it in other ways?
Yes, ma'am. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to dietitians, and my mom signed up to be a consultant for the new latest fad to try to lose weight, to try to get it off of me, and nothing was working.
Yeah. What was your highest weight?
310.
310. And what grade were you in?
I was a freshman.
Okay, you were a freshman in high school, and you weighed 310 pounds. Now, outside of dealing with the health issues and just kind of that withdrawing from people because, you know, it hit your self-esteem, but kids would also bully you.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times that people would say mean things and poke fun at me, and it really hurt me. So I would reclude away from people and not want to talk to anyone because, oh, they're not trying to be my friend, they're just going to be saying mean things.
Yeah, so Dr. Dirk, that's just another thing that kids in particular have to deal with. A lot of times we hear surgeons say, well, we won't do any type of bariatric surgery on a young person. But you said yes. Why? You've gone to several doctors too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you said yes. Why?
Well, because for 7 years now we have studies that show that weight loss surgery is safe and it works in teenagers. And more importantly, as Megan has told you, she got her life back. And what I like about operating on teenagers who have obesity is they get to be healthy for a longer period of time. And so hopefully, as a doctor, I'm impacting a generation that will now live longer and healthier.
Yeah, because we're seeing young people deal with diseases that we usually saw come along in mid-age, let's say, like we should say adult onset diabetes. Well, now we know that it's not adult onset anymore. A lot of teenagers have type 2 diabetes, and that is destroying the body, and that cuts your lifespan short. So you're able to kind of push the restart button for her, if you will. All right, there's different types of weight loss surgery. Let's first look at who can be a good candidate for this.
Well, there are different types of weight loss surgery, and it's not one fits all. So a good candidate would be anyone who has a body mass index of 30. And a BMI is something that compares your height to your weight.
Body mass index.
Correct. And if you go to any of our websites like the Evolve website or any website, they'll calculate that for you. A BMI of 30, you're in the obese category. Once you get to a BMI of 35 and you start adding medical conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, sleep apnea, acid reflux, and other things haven't worked, you've tried other things that haven't worked, it's time to give serious consideration to weight loss surgery.
Okay, let's talk about the different types. You have lap band and gastric bypass, which is what we've heard a lot about before. But the gastric sleeve is proving to be more effective for a lot of people. Why?
Well, What I like as a doctor is that in the 20 years that I've been doing this and over 10,000 people that I've helped, we now have options. And the neat thing about the sleeve is that it's not rerouting your internal body. We're not putting a synthetic device in there that can fail or break.
Yeah, like a lap band.
Correct. But it reduces how much you can eat. It takes away your appetite, your hunger, and your cravings. And it sets off hormone reactions to accelerate your metabolism.
Yeah, and one thing we see is that people who may have gone into the operating room with type 2 diabetes come out without it.
How wonderful is that? A lot of my patients tell me they leave the hospital without their diabetes, without their high blood pressure. Folks with sleep apnea that have to wear the mask, breathing mask at night, they say within a month or 2 or 3 that's gone, that's disappeared.
Okay, what about recovery time?
Well, the neat thing, most of my patients, I'll say about 95 to 99% of my patients are back to work within a week. I have had some patients back to work in 3 to 4 days, but on average, I tell everybody about 1 week.
Yeah, those are the overachievers. All right. Okay, so Megan, when you went into surgery, did you have any second thoughts, or did you think, I have to do something?
I knew that it was going to be the best choice for me because I wanted to be able to have my high school experience and be like everyone else and be able to go shopping and have pretty prom dresses and be able to fit in, and it's really helped me.
Yeah, all right, so how much weight have you lost so far?
150.
150 pounds. That's a whole other grown person.
It was basically at 310, it was 2 of me. I was 2 of who I am.
Yeah. So it's almost like you had lost a twin, right? All right. So how has this impacted? Obviously, we know health-wise, she's healthier now. But how has this impacted your self-esteem? We all can think back to our teenage years, and a lot of us, we realize how tough that can be. How has this impacted your self-esteem, and how do other kids see you?
I get lots of people that tell me I'm pretty and stuff like that now, which I never got before. I have gotten I have more friends now because I'm more open to talking to people and they want to talk to me now.
Yeah, you don't shy away from people and basically just kind of step out of the way. You step in the way now.
Yeah, I'm like, look at me, look at me. I love being the center of attention now. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Especially, I do theater, and so I just love to be on stage and in the way and just bugging people.
The real you was able to come out as opposed to the perception that people had of you. All right, I want to wrap up with, because this is the thing that you have a lot of people jumping on board saying, yeah, this is what we want to do, but we can't afford it. We know in the early years it was, pretty expensive for a lot of folks to do, but what can they do to make this affordable, and keeping in mind that what you get in return is your life, which is priceless?
Yes, well, the first thing is, I would tell people, is get information. That's the first thing. And my team at Evolve, Weight Loss Experts, has a great website. They have a blog. They have FAQs there. They have this great phone number you can call that you'll show a little bit later on. But the important thing is to get information. Right. The next thing is, don't go to your friend. Don't go to your neighbor. Don't go to the internet bulletin board. Come see me, because a weight loss surgeon is the best person to give you the right information.
Yeah, and right information that continues even after you've had the surgery, because nutrition after surgery is key for all of us, and so you can eat healthy, good tasting food, and then the other thing is exercise, and now you can exercise.
Yeah, and that's the neat thing. When patients come to see me, we give them a tailored nutrition and exercise plan just for them.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
To schedule your appointment with Dr. Dirk, you can call 1-800-68-EVOLVE, 1-800-68-EVOLVE. And for more information, log on to evolveweightlossexperts.com.